Jumping Jehoshaphat. Got a bit of a Bloody Mary here. Topped off with Taco Bell seasoning. Tastes pretty good. I was going to put some sriracha in it because it's red too. So you put anything red in it, it's like, my tongue's red. But with the Taco Bell seasoning on top, it gives the Mrs. T original Bloody Mary mix a little bit more flavor. Although I don't prefer Mrs. T's Bloody Mary mix. That's all they had. So good old Walmart. I was in the mood for Bloody Mary, so I just splurged. Yeah. That's pretty good though. I got 2 olives in there. Yeah, I got 1 olive in there and onion hearts. What are they? What are they called? Cocktail onions. I'm sorry. Got 2 cocktail onions. I love those cocktail onions. They're great to chomp on. Bloody Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary. Put that there. I broke down. I broke down. Stupid me. I did it again. I couldn't resist. And I bought some comics. So you see the vodka back there, huh? So you know it's Papa vodka. That was $14. But I'm not a person that, this is like a 6-month event every time I get it. I don't drink on a routine basis, but when I do, I'll get some good stuff or whatever I can. I shouldn't have actually done that because I ended up getting chips, salsa, Rago cheese sauce, sauerkraut, the olives and the cocktail onions, more sauerkraut, sriracha, and brats. Like a dummy, instead of just getting the vodka and the there. Sometimes you get a little problem right there. You ever turn and your neck goes, it's like your bone goes over your vein or something. You never had that happen, ever. Anyhow, I broke down, and yesterday I went to the comic book shop and picked up some comics. But what I tried to do was stay within a certain means because I shaved. But I'm going to grow it back until Vocational Rehab tells me different. So, you like my teeth? These are my teeth. I take care of my teeth now because these babies cost $3,000 some odd bucks, and I still got to go to the dentist. What's it, next month? So we're just babbling along. We gotta go back February 17th. So let's take another sip of this stuff. Can't go on with it. I like giving Bloody Marys every once in a while. Okay, so let's show you the comics that I picked up. I told myself I wasn't going to get any comics this month because I'm working with DS Domination, and although DS Domination has allowed me to do certain things, they don't get it. For people on limited income like myself, this is going to take a while for me. So I can't, sit here and be anxious about this stuff and say, oh, it'll be overnight success. No, it's not. it's going to take a while, especially until I got something on my finger here. Especially until I can sell enough items so that I don't have to reach into my pocket to pay for uh, listing items on eBay, because PayPal puts a hold on your account, and you don't get your money right away, even if there's people that are buying your stuff. So I'm waiting for somebody to buy one item I listed, you know. And to accelerate the process, I need to work in order to, get with the damnation program, DS damnation, and get this process underway, and then I can say goodbye to all this stuff. But if I can't, it's because PayPal creates that hole. So I have to, instead of using the money that somebody gives me in order to, sell low or sell high and buy low, there's nothing I can do. So I gotta wait, and we ended up going to Walmart. Okay, this issue I picked up because it looked like a pretty cool issue. It's in very good condition. There's no spine, damage as far as rips and tears. There is a tiny little bit of small rip at the end of the spine at the bottom. And I thought it was a pretty good story. I looked at it very, very carefully, this comic book. As far as comic books like this one that I got, the Golden Age ones are more delicate. So, I could not change this out because I don't have the bags and boards for it, but I think I might have to put another bag or another board back there to get it flat. And this is Superman 190. The glare is in front, so Superman 190. Get a little bit of a closer look there. Very good story as far as I'm concerned. Although I didn't have a table to set it on, I was trying to be very, very careful with it as far as the comic book itself, because it looks like it's been used a lot. But it's in very good condition. I can't grade it, this particular one, although there's no, my Strange Tales 123 has a crack or a split. The spine is starting to split up here. So if I take real good care of this, maybe in 25 years it'll need restoration. And in addition to this 1966 copy, which I can get replaced, I can get another copy and get a better grade. But on the inside of the front cover, when you turn the first page, is a Batman ad for the Batman movie that came out in 1966. So I thought that was pretty cool when I got this Superman 190. I'm not a big fan of Superman, but I'm not a big fan of Batman more than Superman. I like Superman pretty much. If there's a good story to it, or it's memorable. I had some of the 200s. I'll just put that over there for the next one. Couldn't change that out, but see if I miss any information about that. It's a very good story. I really liked it. But those kind of things I gotta take care of. This I had in my collection, and I don't remember reading it a lot, but I don't remember actually reading the story at all. And I didn't change this out yet, but I probably will later. This is DC Comics Batman, not Detective Comics Batman. I had this in my collection when I was younger. Pretty good issue. I haven't read through it all the way. Some of the issues that I get from the comic shop. This is from the comic shop. All these issues are from the comic shop. So Batman 320, was it? Yeah, 320. There's another issue of Detective Comics that I had, and it shows Batman on the front, and he's got a memory inside the head of his parents. So that's another issue that was featured in DC Comics how to write DC Comics. So I had that issue too when I was younger. I didn't have too much Batman. I did have Brave and the Bold, some Brave and the Bold. I did have these issues. I had 1 through 15, I think, or sporadic issues from 1 to 15. I know I had 1 or 2 or something like that. But I remember them because I got them in my comic rack comic listing program. And for every one I get, I delete it out of the comic rack. So I can keep a list, or keep tabs on what comics I had and not. And this one is the Eternals, 9.0 or 8.5. I found the comic shop in really good condition. Jack Kirby art, and we know who Jack Kirby is if you know comics. Pretty good story. Jack Kirby seems to have, if he's still alive, Jack Kirby's art has kind of dwindled, from the 60s to when he stopped, when he died or whatever. His art seems to have dwindled, over time. As far as the look and feel of it, it seemed to have, been more, he knew, how to draw it enough to where he could just do it, and that was it. But it seemed to have gotten more sloppy along the way. This one's 35 years old, 1977. I thought it was 79, but it's 77. So it makes it about 49 years old. Something like that. I don't know. 35, 37 years old. I don't know. I'm not here to calculate anything. Oh, and we're going to have another sip of Mary, Bloody Mary. Not bad. Sometimes I get Bloody Mary, sometimes I get this, sometimes I get that. But I don't drink often, so. But I smoke like a chimney. I gotta stop that somehow. This, I showed earlier in another video. Actually, I'll show the second one next. This one I picked up at the comic shop. It has a tear from the bottom up on the first page, but it's intact. Everything's intact. So I didn't really pull it out of the bag or out of the bag until after I got it. So I couldn't change this out because this one doesn't have a spine roll, but it doesn't have. The next one I'm going to show you does have a spine roll. And in the future, some of these do need to be restored. And there's an importance to restoring comic books because there's some people say, oh, we shouldn't restore comic books because they're better, unrestored than they are restored. But some comics do need restoration, literally. I mean, if it's from the golden age, and you can find it pretty much in one piece, even though the spine's away from the comic book itself, you can pay up to $700 to get it restored. But once it's restored, you might get twice the value out of it. So there is an importance to comic book restoration. Simply because it's old or just unreadable anymore, or it's had tape on it or whatever because of the 1950s or whatever. And that's the beauty of having comic book restoration, is because you can take an issue that's pretty damn damaged and have it restored and put it in CGC or whatever, because it's maybe 1940s or whatever, not one page. Like Superman number 1, or Action Comics number 1 page. People who do that stuff, come on, man, are you fucking stupid? You can't restore, you can't do anything with 1 page of Superman. I as hell wouldn't fucking buy it. It's just ridiculous. This is probably about 4.0, I would say, because of the tear. There's no spine roll, but it seems like it was pressed before. And I've been wanting this issue for a while. So this is 1975 Invaders number 1. I plan to get the entire series of this, or the whole run of the Invaders. I like the Invaders, simply because the artist Not only because the stories are fairly good, and it goes back to the 1940s when where Submariner, the Human Torch, and Toro, and Captain America in there are fighting Axis powers, and it was pretty bigoted back then, because it's so Chinese and gooks and blacks and everything, it's in a bad light. So it was kind of bigoted back then, really bigoted. Now we don't have that nowadays. It's more on the lines of white girls love black girls, black guys, that kind of shit. And they're trying to defend us and everything like that. So anyhow, that's some of the stories of what's going on. But Invaders One, if it's pretty bigoted back then. But these are good stories from 1970s, 75. So. Not the Spirit of 76, just before the Spirit of 76. So the art itself is reminiscent of 1940s and stuff like that. So if you enjoy comic books, that are reminiscent of 1940s, this is a good series to get. And I want to get the entire series. I like the entire run. There's about 42, 43 of them. So I like it. I like the Invaders. And it was a good catch. Good catch, even though it's a little bit damaged on the inside, it's still intact and it's still a good issue. So, I get a higher grade later on. And this completes another story that I have of Invaders 14, and that's Invaders 15. Now this one has a spine roll, and there's a crease on the back page, which I had to try and flatten out. But spine roll. Page crease, last page. That's Invaders 1915, 4.0, 1977. I don't like the Champions. I like the Invaders. Champions didn't appeal to me that much. So it's a good copy there. Very nice. Human Torch Toe, some other Axis fighters. Spirit 76. He was in the 1940s. So maybe in 20, 25 years, these would be good comics to have. And get them upgraded, I will eventually. This issue I found at 8.5 to 9.0. And this is a special story here because it's double sized, and it marks the revenge fight between Peter Parker and the man who killed his Uncle Ben, aka Spider-Man. And this particular issue in CGC grade usually can and will go for on eBay and around the country or wherever at anywhere from $200 to $750 for CGC grade. And I got this at the comic book shop for $12.99. So that's Spider-Man 200. Which I had in my collection, and it's a good issue. Very good issue because it's drawn by John Romita. John Romita was also popular with the comic book artists and kids when I was younger. I liked his art. It was pretty good. So there you have it. That's all the issues I got. And I'm not getting any more this month because I'm working with DS Domination, even though I got one product up online. So I just wanted to show those. And that's it for this month. I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm trying to abstain from buying anymore, but the actual issues I want is Incredible Hulk 102, Strange Tales 110, Tales of Astonishing 59, fantastic, some issues that are posted here up on my wall. Some Thor, some other issues. There's a lot of issues I got to get back, and get my collection back. I'm getting them back slowly, but with hopefully when DS Domination, I get past the PayPal thing and start making some real money with DS Domination or eBay, doing the DS Domination thing. I should be starting to get better money, and it's going to take some time. But I'm not going to be buying too many issues, or not buying any issues really. I still got Futurama, the latest issue of Futurama, which has a really cool cover on it. But I'm not a kid. I'm not a geek. I just enjoy comic collecting, and I can tell you backwards and forwards about certain issues, like the one that's posted here on my Facebook page, which is Incredible Hulk 118, or Tales of Astonishment 101. I'm pretty good at these comics. I know I can tell right off if it's a good grade or not, unless it's packaged like Invaders #1, Invaders #1 there that I got from the comic book shop, and I couldn't pull out to look at it. So that's the guess of the thing when you buy comics from comic book shops. You get what you pay for, and sometimes you get a tear or a rip. I got one that had no backing on it when I bought it from the comic shop. So that's it on the comics for February 2015. And hey, if you want these issues, buy them yourself.
I can't be bothered right now.